Ryan's out making noise. The chisel plow is the main point for this main focus of this video. You guys saw my post the other day on Instagram of that, was it a Magnum? Well, I happened to find that when I was up getting parts for this thing. I think we all pretty well know what my feelings are on this chisel plow. I think we all know what all of our opinions are on this chisel plow. But you know what? You use what you got. So, first and foremost, the shovels needed to be flipped over. That's why I just started this video, because I'm in the process of getting them replaced, and I figured I'd show you guys largely why we go ahead and flip them over. Now, these are our shovels. This is the worn end. You can see it's kind of rounded out. Really, even along the sides here, you can see where it was wearing compared to the other side where it hasn't worn at all yet. Here's the point. So, new, used. The plow bolts I went through, I had used what we had and then I ran out. You don't really want to reuse these because honestly, putting on used plow bolts just is not going to get you set up as long as you typically would if you would have gone through and put all new plow bolts on. Reason being, I won't sit here. This is the used one, and that's the new one over here. A little bit of difference. The problem is that when they're down in the ground, they get worn through here, and that smooths them off down to the point where the head doesn't do anything, and then you'll have these shovels get loose, like, you know, kind of like that. And I've had it where the bottom one will wear out, and then you pick it up out of the ground and you got a shovel hanging like that. So it just makes more sense to put new ones on, because the plans are to get this up and ready to go so we can go the whole season without having any breakdowns. At least that's what we aim for. It's not what you always get. I can't show you because it's currently up. This wheel bearing is bad on it. Big indicator when it was up out of the ground, when it's out of the ground and standing up like this. I can't shake it right now, but the cap is blown off, so it's all full of dirt and crud as it is. So that is pretty obvious signs of a wear point that they're getting bad. Well, I did have it down on the ground, and I could actually shake the tire side to side. Luckily for me, they had the parts up there, and I call it a good day when you can go to the parts store, any parts store, not just green, not just red, blue, yellow, whatever brands you're driving, and you can get in and out for under $100. This come out to 93 bucks, and it's gonna pretty well get us set up to run. I'm thinking on this, instead of trying to find a bolt again, I'm actually thinking about pulling this over, it is actually pretty well as tight as we can get it already. We do have the blade for the end of it, and kind of what's on my mind is I'm gonna put that blade back on and then try to get it as tight as I can, then put this roll pin back in. We've redone this once before. My logic on it is that it's a quick, simple, cheap fix that we don't typically do around here. But hear me out. You can't get this rod again, or you'd have to get it custom made because the local dealership does not have this rod. the rod is shot. The threads are rough. That's why the bolt, or the nut, I'm sorry, was on here. We had it on and tightened down as hard as Ryan and I could get it. We had a pipe on the end of the wrench, and Ryan and I were jumping on it, and we had it as tight as we could get it, and I believe we lost it within the first day of running it. So seems that we don't typically use these gangs that much. By running that VT over everything, we really don't have to anymore. Typically I try not to. You can definitely tell a difference when you're running them in the ground and when you're not. The tractor, you can definitely hear it in the engine. So I'm figuring is put that blade back in, which is right behind me. And if I got to shave off a little bit more off of this is a quick fix from last fall. Might turn into a permanent fix, and just get it as tight as I possibly can and go from there. When it comes out or fell off, I'm really not worried about this rod going anywhere, because the rod has to slide inwards and the other gang is what holds it on. So what you end up losing is all this cast stuff on the end. I mean, this cast piece is what we were worried the most about losing, and luckily we found it right away. And luckily for us, the blade wasn't too far away from it. But this chisel plow has issues. It's not that big of a deal, to be honest. As far as the chisel plow having issues, out of everything else we have around here that could be giving us issues, if this is what gives us the most trouble in spring, fall, whatever season we're in, I'm good with it. It's relatively simple fixes. We don't have any welds or anything that we gotta fix. It's holding together. It's showing its age. It's showing that the things are starting to kind of give on it, and we'll just have to deal with it. If I didn't mention it before, I think I did, but for anybody that's kind of wondering, you do go through and you can flip these shovels around. That's what they're designed to do anyway. You go through when you put them on. It doesn't matter which way you put them on, except you have to watch which way they're curved, which way they'll throw dirt. Really important when you put them on next to the tires, because if you have this throwing the dirt into this frame here, you're going to plug it with corn stalks all the time, and it's going to get old really quick, make a really long day for you. And when you get worn, such as this, all you got to do is remove these bolts, torch them out, take them out with a wrench if you can. Torch is kind of my preferred way of doing it, and flipping it around, and you're good to go for another season. So that's all I had for this little update. I could do a video of actually showing me work on it, but that'd get kind of boring. So, and to be honest, I don't like doing the voiceovers. I'm gonna keep doing the voiceovers, like with equipment work and stuff like that, but I like to avoid them as much as I can. All right, thanks for watching. Take care, take it easy. Keep in touch, wish me luck. Hopefully this doesn't give me too many more issues, or I don't find any more issues. So, till tomorrow.